Welcome back. I believe the last video, I guess I would have ended off with me loading up my truck to come out here. So that was last night for me. And noon. I got here about an hour ago, hour and 10 minutes ago, and brought all of the stuff down that I need to take today for today and tomorrow. A lot more stuff to take down today. I have a generator, fuel, and then stuff to stay the night, which I didn't last time because I was staying at the cabin, so I didn't have as much stuff to bring down. And of course I have more cedar boards to take down. So I've already done that to down here. I'm here to finish the roof boards, so finish all the cedar and to get the tar paper on and the bird blocking for the other side. I have today from noon now. It's going to take me a bit to get the stuff down to the site, but I need to be home tomorrow by 4 p.m. Steve is away. He'll be going away tomorrow, and I need to get home for the dogs. And come Friday, today is Tuesday, we have a low pressure system coming in and 2 weeks of rain and snow, and I am feeling the pressure, and I have to get this roof done by the time I leave, like as in the tar paper stage. Okay, I'm on location. And it's a little after 1:30. Just kind of got myself settled in. So to clarify, I'm staying the night here up in my shed, not down at the cabin tonight. It's supposed to get to like 6 degrees Celsius tonight. So a little chilly. In the event it gets chilly, so I have the generator, which I'm going to use now for charging things when I'm here. And I brought a little space heater, like a ceramic space heater. So I will have that to warm my little shed up if it's cold. I think I'll be fine, but it might be nice to have it toasty in there before I go to sleep. So I'm going to have something to eat quickly, and then I'm going to start on the other side with the blocking. Just moved, I had all that wood stacked there. I just kind of moved it all over there for now. One of the rafters that was really twisted, so. I officially, I have to move this plank, and it's too heavy to move, so I have to take it apart. And I'm actually going to run it front to back and run it more in the middle because it's taller than the other plank, and that will give me a little bit more height, like leverage at the peak. I'm ready to start installing some boards, and I think I'm gonna go up and measure. I don't think I'm gonna stagger as much as I did before on the other side. I still want to use, depends on if these measurements are the same or not, but there's a couple of them where there's like a lot, like almost half the board is cut off, so I do want to use that. But I'm gonna try and work a little bit more efficiently this time than the other time. Part of knowing how to be efficient is knowing your job. Like if it's your job, you kind of know how to be efficient, but if you don't do this often, it's hard to know how to be efficient. Like as a nurse, I know how to be efficient because I've been doing it for 14 years. So I know the steps, and I know the things that make my life easier, and the things to plan and prepare, and all that sort of stuff. But this, I don't quite know that stuff yet. So I'm going to take what I learned from the one side of the roof and apply it and hopefully do a little bit better job on the other side. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's 5:30 and I feel like I got a lot done. I'm like really pleased with how it's been going. This side is so much easier. My rafters are a lot more flush with one another. The cedar boards are like hardly warped. Like I'm hardly having to twist anything. I only had to twist one board. So they're just lining up nicer. I think it's because they were more in the middle of the pile and the ones that I had grabbed before were more on the top and exposed to the weather, so they warped. And rearranging my planks was a huge help, having this one in the middle more that I could get, yeah, just having two, one that I could step back and forth. So that was super helpful and just feeling more organized in general about the whole thing. Oh. Morning. I actually had the best sleep I've had out here out of all of the nights I've stayed here. It's 5 to 8 now. It is a beautiful morning. Oh my goodness, the sun coming up over there, so stunning. I can't make coffee. I'm a little bit sad about that. I'm all out of fuel for my little stove. I tried and tried, and it just won't. It's done. So I guess I'm just gonna eat breakfast and then carry on. I kind of had a nice relaxing morning. I woke up around 5:45 and I just laid there and relaxed, and then I got the generator going and had the heater on in there for a while and just watched the day turn to light, and it was really nice. Just going to eat my breakfast and then get started. I'm going to get the rest of the boards up that I've got down here, and then when I'm out I'll go up and up to the top there and sky mule down the other ones. Cold. So I figure I better start moving. Okay, so I am officially ready to start working from the outside up, and I've set myself up with a rope and I've got my harness on. I am out of boards though, so I do need to go up and retrieve more boards from up top and put them down the sky mule. So I'm going to do that now. Oh yeah, those are the ones I'm picking up. Okay. Okay, you guys. I have some boards here attached to a rope, and I threw the rope up so that I can grab it when I'm up there, and I'm going to haul them up there. This row I'm going to carry up on the ladder and pray for my life. Okay, I'm on to the last side, and I need 4 rows. So I'm going to do 2 right now. It's like 12:15, so I need to hurry. So same thing. I'm gonna take 2 up with me, this one, and tie 2 so that I only have to go up the ladder. Well, go up and down once less, I should say. I'm done the boards. Oh, I have a slight gap at the top. That's just the way that it works. I don't know, you know, if that's, I'm not, if it's important. I don't think it is. Just the look of it. But I mean, when I look straight up anyway, that ridge beam is there. So as long as tar paper is covering it, maybe it's good for ventilation. I don't know. I could put a little strip up there, but you know what, if this cabin was at home or I wasn't so pressed for time, I would do it, but I really have like an hour left to be here before I have to get going, and I still have to do the tar paper, so I'm just gonna let it be. So yeah, that was fun. Gotta hurry! Story of my life. I have to go in a hurry. All right, folks, let's just speed things up here and summarize how the last part of this day went. Here I am wasting a good 10 minutes, according to the camera, of my very precious and dwindling time, about to install the tar paper from the top rather than the bottom. Oh man, I was feeling honestly so exhausted and so rushed at this point. I left that piece up there and wondered about tackling the other side first while that piece was up there laying nicely. So that's what I did. But I did it without the camera on. I honestly just was running, and I quickly changed the rope around to another tree, moved the ladder, and somehow got the tar paper up. Actually, not too bad. I mean, even though it looked really sketchy and felt a bit sketchy, I got the job done. Then I tried to come back to the first side. I got the tar paper tacked down, and then I looked at it and realized it was quite crooked, and that was pretty much the end of that day. Hi everyone, welcome back to the next day. So I had to come back. I could not finish the tar paper as hard as I tried, I just did not have enough time. I was extremely frustrated at the process and at the fact that I didn't have enough time, and just the challenge of being up on the ladder, trying to do that by myself, and the tar paper rolling back on me, and every time I hammered it with the tacker, every staple is leaving a hole in it, and just the physical challenge, the mental exhaustion, physical exhaustion. I was just like, oh my gosh, and I just ran out of time. I pretty much just had to like drop everything I was doing and leave. I had a commitment to message Steve to let him know that I was okay, because I am in the middle of nowhere. There's no cell service. I'm here by myself, and I have no way to communicate if I get hurt or something. So that was my way of communicating. So I had to commit to that. It's a drag to have to come back out here, because for those of you that don't know, this isn't where I live, this isn't where we live, this is our off-grid property, and travel time is, you know, by the time I get out here and down here, and sometimes up and down the mountain from my truck, and then to get back home door to door, is between 3 to 4 hours just to get here and then get back home. So travel time today, I imagine, is about 3.5 hours, and the drive itself is a bit exhausting, to be honest. The majority of it is off-road and requiring four-wheel drive, and four-wheel drive low in some places. So it can be exhausting in and of itself just to drive out here, but I had to do it. I had to come back. I'm a little bit on borrowed time because Steve is away and the dogs are at home. Even without Hannah, we still have 4, and 2 of them need a pee break midday. So I rely on my neighbors, and today is neighbor number 2's turn to do the dog visit for us today. And man, I'm grateful, so grateful to have such great neighbors, because for us to have all these dogs, it just wouldn't be possible if it weren't for their help. So I just am so appreciative of that. So I'm in a hurry, obviously, today. I've gone up and down here twice to bring some materials. My plan is obviously to get the tar paper done, and I was trying to think yesterday on the drive home how I can manage that on a ladder by myself, blah, blah, blah. And I thought of some things, but then I thought, why don't I just set up quickly some scaffolding type thing? I'll use one of those planks, because I'm going to need it anyway to do the insulation and put the tin on. It would just make my life easier. So I'm going to attempt to do that today and get the rest of the tar paper up on that side. If I have time, if I feel like I have time, I'm going to tackle a little something else that I've been wanting to do, but that's not for this video. I'll do that if I get to it, and then that will be posted at a later time. A video all on its own. A video all on its own. Quickly, one of the other things is that tar paper. I realized at the end of the day too, I was like, oh man, it's crooked. And I was talking to Steve on the phone last night about that, and he's like, who cares? It's gonna be covered anyway, it's not a big deal, leave it. You're gonna kill yourself trying to change it, and rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, well, part of the wood is showing a little bit on the bottom there. So either I was gonna try and fix it, leave it, or I put another layer on top. I'll see, I haven't decided yet. Taller. Ooh, yeah, this one's taller. Okay. Still, we'll prop it up a bit, block it up. why didn't I do this before? Well, that's always a good question, isn't it? Time. Never feel like I have time. Okay. God, this feels good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I've done that part. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you guys how good that feels. I know everyone's like probably thinking, why didn't I build that scaffolding thing before? I'm out here by myself. I really just feel so overwhelmed to try to think of every possible way to do things better or more efficient. I already try as best as I can, and I'm always pressed for time. I always have a very limited amount of hours to be out here, and I'm by myself, so that's why, yeah, I'm doing so many things probably backwards, but hopefully, like I said, by the time the second and third cabins come, I'm a lot better. So anyway, that's it. That is it for now. I am going to actually carry on and do something else for the shed, but that's in another video. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your support, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.